Well, the next couple days will be a little on the cool side for this time of year, with partly cloudy skies expected this afternoon and a stray chance of a shower. A bit breezy with a high temperature near 74. Partly to mostly clear skies tonight, low right around 53. And partly cloudy skies for Tuesday, about 20% chance of an inland shower popping up, especially east of US 131. It'll be breezy and cool Tuesday with a high near 72. Tracking West Michigan's weather for News Radio Wood 1300 and 106.9 FM. I'm Storm Team 8 meteorologist Matt Kirkwood.
74 on the Lakeshore, 75 in Grand Rapids. I'm Chuck LaTour. This is West Michigan's news, weather, traffic station. Depend on it.
Hey, it's Brett Bikita here from our friends at CertaPro. You know, it's not too late to book your exterior or interior painting project with CertaPro. Refresh and renew this summer the look of your home or business, on the outside or the inside, with the pros at CertaPro. No project's too big, by the way. Need a fence painted? Maybe a barn, or maybe the exterior of your home. Did you ever think about that? You can do it.
Did it for a couple of minutes. The middle of phase has passed, but I thought it was interesting and revealing of the progressive mindset that you can never be specific on that. You can't get them to criticize Islamic terrorism. It's just like religious terrorism in general, because we all know that those Mormons and Mennonites and Presbyterians are all going crazy, blowing up things all over the planet. That's the most they'll go to even acknowledge that there's terrorism. Now, Trump wants to do. We have all these theories. We talk about what we should do and all the rest of it. The guy who has to actually do things is the fella who's running the government. And so at a certain point, you have to have action. And Trump has proposed some very modest steps in which persons from five failed states and one state which is the biggest state sponsor of terrorism on the planet. 6 states would have to undergo extra scrutiny if their nationals which wish to travel to the United States. And that's been struck down. And they're trying to get a Supreme Court ruling on it, reinstating it. And the judge who struck it down, the judgments struck it down, they basically said there's nothing wrong with this law as it's written. If Hillary Clinton had submitted this law, it would be perfectly fine. If John Kerry had submitted this law, it would be fine. If Barack Obama had submitted this law, it would be perfectly fine. But because Donald Trump submitted it, it's not fine because Trump, long before he wrote this law, made some remarks suggesting he has an animus against Muslims. virtue signaling about virtue signaling. In the scheme of things, Trump's withdrawal makes no difference to the fate of the planet because the bill made no difference to the fate of the planet. But the left is furious about it because it wants to signal that it is morally superior, that Trump is on the wrong side of history, and that this is a perfect opportunity, therefore, to virtue signal about virtue signaling. So you can't get any sense from people out of that. They're going bananas over this climate thing, even though it makes absolutely no difference to them. Trump is just on the wrong side of history. The side of the moral and the side of the virtuous is to be on the side of the climate, even though it makes no difference. Now, when we come to terrorism, terrorism actually does make a difference. And I'm astonished at the callousness and heartlessness of the left when it comes to terrorism. I mentioned this in relation to the Pakistan
Facebook.com/woodradio.
Hey, folks, the best new way to buy business travel is Upside.com. If you're not a business traveler, but you know somebody who is, you'll want to tell them about Upside. Here's why. At Upside, you save money on travel, and you get a free Amazon gift card worth hundreds of dollars every time. So you get savings and a big gift card free. Now, here's how they do it. Upside bundles your flights and your hotel together for one low price. Bundling saves money, especially on business travel. So they can give you an Amazon gift card because there's enough in savings to share with you. Your company saves money, and you still keep all your miles. Now, right now, when you use code USA at Upside.com, you are guaranteed a $100 Amazon gift card when you book your first trip. That's code USA at Upside.com. Upside.com. Minimum purchase required. See site for complete details. Tell me if this isn't you. Bet there's a box in your closet. And in that box, videotapes, family movies, and photographs. And you want them digitized. You want them transferred to a set of DVDs or a thumb drive. And you've wanted to do it yourself for the longest time, but you never have the time. Well, now you don't have to spend the time. Let Legacy Box do this for you. Legacy Box is a simple and affordable way to take all of your recorded moments and digitally preserve them. You simply load your old tapes, your movies, your pictures, your audio recordings in the Legacy Box that gets shipped to you. And then you send that Legacy Box back to Legacy Box. And they take care of everything and provide you updates every step of the way. You'll get them back in a couple of weeks, along with a DVD or a convenient thumb drive. Now, all those memories are ready to watch and share and relive. Go to legacybox.com/rush, and for a limited time, you'll get a 40% discount on your order. That's legacybox.com/rush.
Well, like most parents, my wife and I are busy. Between baseball games, yard work, keeping the house up, it seems like we never stop moving. I'm Dan Hansen, and this is a Minute at Rep Polite. Anyway, we're busy, yet we're pulling it off. At least I thought we were. Then last Friday, I went fishing with my dad for a couple of hours. My son Andrew went along, and so did my daughter Tessa. Now, Tessa's not used to fishing, so she needed more help than everybody else. She made mistakes, she tangled things up, and of course, because of my busy days, I was frustrated.
Officials saying 5 people are dead, 7 people survived. The shooter is also dead. He was apparently an employee of an awning company that was fired this past April. So officials say this does appear at this time to be a case of workplace violence with no links to terrorism. They say the general public is not in danger. Officials talk about what officers found and arrived at the scene.
Perry song. If they had any taste, they would be, but put that aside. Do you think they're scared by pop songs? Do you think they're scared by teddy bears? Do you think they're scared? For God's sake, do you want to just... Who the hell does that benefit? Do you want to just have a... Candle makers. Candle makers are going to be the boom industry. The boom industry. Who'd have thought it? Because all we want to do after they blow us up is gather in the dark and hold candles. All we are saying is bomb us again. Let's go to Steve in Springfield, Mass. Steve, you're live on the Rush Limbaugh Show.
How you doing, Mark? I'm always glad to hear you. You're a great addition to the show.
Thanks a lot, Steve.
I'll tell you, I'm personally sick to my stomach. The thought of people lying on the ground or like a lady on the ground getting stabbed by 3 men. What is wrong with the world? This isn't murder. This is torture.
Right.
The Roman Empire was more civilized than this.
Well, you're right that the barbarians who ultimately overran the Roman Empire did not have the sort of combination of depravity. It's the weird combination of depravity and social media. So they use our tools against us. You know, we use social media to send out a cool tweet about Ariana Grande's new video, and they use social media to recruit guys who want to sell their head off. Which, to be honest, is actually a better use for social media. And that's the difference.
Awnings manufacturing plant also shot and killed himself. 7 people survived. The woman in Massachusetts charged with manslaughter for sending her boyfriend a text message encouraging him to kill himself has waived her right to a jury trial. Michelle Carter's decision today means a judge will hear testimony tomorrow. The 20-year-old Carter is charged in the 2014 death of 18-year-old Conrad Roy. He was found dead of carbon monoxide poisoning in a pickup truck. Prosecutors released transcripts of a text message that the then 17-year-old Carter sent to Roy. In one of those messages, she allegedly wrote, "The time is right, you're ready, you just need to do it." Carter's lawyer has said the texts are protected free speech. He also said Roy was depressed and had previously tried to take his own life before. Big weekend at the movies for the film Wonder Woman. The film earning more than $100 million box office in North America, $123 million worldwide. And now, the Storm Team 8 forecast from my Subaru of Muskegon.
Well, the next couple of days will be a little on the cool side for this time of year, with partly cloudy skies expected this afternoon and a straight chance of a shower. A bit breezy with a high temperature near 74. Partly to mostly clear skies tonight, low right around 53. And partly cloudy skies for Tuesday, about 20% chance of an inland shower popping up, especially east of US 131. It'll be breezy and cool Tuesday with a high near 72. Tracking west Michigan's weather for News Radio Wood 1300 and 106.9 FM. I'm Storm Team 8 meteorologist Matt Kirkland.
This problem, you can solve the problem of periodic discombobulation by sinister foreign guest hosts if you take out a subscription to the Limbaugh Letter. If you don't know about the Limbaugh Letter, it's great. All you got to do is go to rushlimbaugh.com. You'll see a little button somewhere there on the homepage for the Limbaugh Letter. You just hit that and you can subscribe. You can subscribe digitally. You can subscribe in print. I like to get the print edition because I'm old-fashioned like that, because I like to sit out on the porch of an evening as I'm doing one of the old traditional Macedonian songs that my Macedonian content farmer of a grandfather used to teach me. But while I'm there, I also like to browse the Limbaugh Letter. The May issue was a great issue. It had a wonderful interview that Rush did with Tucker Carlson. He interviews an interesting person in each edition. Sometimes he gets desperate. He's interviewed me a couple of times, but they were good questions, and I gave him my best in the answers. But he's got all kinds of interesting interviewees that he does there, and that's always the center of every issue. And then on either side of that, he's got all the big picture stuff, and then what I think of as the kind of spirit of the age stories. He's got all these like goofy, wacky little page 37 stories about wacky stuff going on that nevertheless is a perfect illustration of the insanity of the times we live in. And the current issue is wonderful. It's got Why Are the Losers Still Running the Show? And Rush with an exploding head. That is the big question, and Rush is leaning as if his head's about to explode. Newspaper. If you want to save the trees because it's World Environment Day, then you can get a digital version as well. It's a great Father's Day gift. If you subscribe now, you will get a bonus issue free. So you get 13 issues for the price of 12. It's like a year and a month. And you also get Rush's special report, 15 Ways to Beat Liberal Lies. All you got to do is go to rushlimbaugh.com and look for the little Limbaugh letter logo and press it, and it may. And I mean that seriously. It's one of those things where I pick it up and I open it up, and they got all these like little stories about if you're transgender, what particular identification goes on your passport, because these Homeland Security guys don't like it. A lot of people these days like to live in the grey zone. You know, they're intergender, and it causes a lot of problems because it's like when they say, do you want the chicken or the beef, like they used to do on the airlines. It's got to be one or the other. And he's got all these interesting little stories in there that illustrate the insanity of the times we live in. It's a great read. Limbaugh letter. Go to rushlimbaugh.com and take out a subscription. A great gift for your dad this Father's Day. The Kathy Griffin story. A lady called Fran wrote to me, and she said it was interesting that Kathy Griffin's excuse is that she wants to keep it real, that it's necessary. problem with the sound on the TV, and we were watching Mel Brooks' silent movie, the film he made after Blazing Saddles. Anyway, we can't. So Bill Maher, after having used the N-word, initially they thought he'd used the N-word ending in A, right? Which is as in the which is I believe how the group NWA spell it. Is that right? I think they spell it N-I, and if cover your ears if you've got children in the house now. And in fact, they spell it Niggazs, right? On NWA. On NWA, or for those for you British racists out there, that would be Niggazs. Just want to be an equal opportunity racist here. And they thought he'd used the spelling with the A at the end, and they were mad about that because they thought that was just gangster rap, cultural appropriation. So they wanted him fired for that. Then they had their audio analysts actually listen to the tape. And they discovered that, in fact, he pronounced it with a hard ER on the end, which makes it even worse. Did you know that? There's two N-words now.
Wow.
There's an N-word with an A on the end, and that just means you're culturally appropriating some gangster rapper. So that's bad enough. But then, if you have an ER, if the other N-word, if you have the ER on the end, that's even worse. So they listened to it. They had the most exhaustive audio analysis of this Bill Maher moment. And they decided he hadn't said the N-word with the A on the end, and he'd said the N-word with the ER on the end. And so now he has to be fired. So he really has to go, as the root has pronounced. But
and I listen every night when I'm cleaning. I listen to your like side posts on YouTube.
All right.
And yeah, I just think you're really cool and you speak really eloquently. And yeah.
That's good. How old are you, Natalie?
I am turning 16 on the 30th.
Oh, congratulations! And tell me something. In Billings, Montana, are there a lot of 16-year-olds who like to listen to me and to Rush, or are you a member of a very select minority?
I'm a member of a very select minority, although one of my friends does listen to you.
Okay. Oh, that's good. So you've got enough for a little social group, like a little book reading group.
Yeah.
That's good.
Me and two other people.
Oh, that's good. And